As individuals and as a society, we love to diet. But why do these diets keep us coming back again and again? That's what we're going to talk about today. So if you've been hanging around here a while, then you know that I talk a lot about why diets aren't a good idea. We talk about diets in general, and I do go into specific diets as well and lay out some of the problems with those. But today I thought it would be good to talk about why diets are so appealing in the first place. Why are we so into diets? Why are we always looking for the next one? And why do we keep doing diet after diet even though the last one didn't work? So the first reason we love dieting is that in the beginning, it feels good. And this is what gets us excited to start a diet, because when you first start out, that kind of pre-diet prep can be really exciting and fun. It feels good to go through all the rules and figure out what's allowed on this diet and what isn't allowed, and to look at other people's stories and see what they've done who've done the diet and read about, their experience and their successes. And maybe you have to create, checklists or get some sort of plan set out, or you have to throw away certain foods or go buy special foods. All of this pre-diet prep that's going on can be really fun, and it gets you all revved up for the diet to actually start. And then when the diet starts, that can feel really good too, because it's kind of almost like a game. You gotta check off the boxes and follow the rules and do what you're supposed to do, and all of that can be really exciting and fun and just kind of send off those signals in our brain that this is a good thing that's happening and that we actually enjoy it. But the thing is, those good feelings don't last. So as the diet goes on, we start to experience a lot of those negative effects that I've talked about in so many of my other videos. Things really start to deteriorate, and it's not fun anymore. We don't feel good, and that's eventually why we stop. But when we think about diets, or we get ready for a new diet, we don't think about that terrible part. We think about the exciting beginning part, and we also think, if we're trying a new diet that we've never done before, that this one is going to be different from all of the others. Another reason we love dieting is that society encourages it. Going on a diet, following a strict eating plan of some sort, is something that really is promoted in our society as a good thing to do. It's something that makes you a good person, or shows that you're really trying hard, or that you have some sort of willpower, or that you're really taking care of yourself, even though diets are totally the opposite of taking care of yourself. But in our society, those are the messages we hear. And we all want to, fit in with other people, usually. We have that desire as social creatures to go along with what the values of our society are and to line up with those things. And so if we're hearing messages all the time about how good dieting is, or that it's a good thing for us to do, or that we'll be better off if we do it, then it makes sense that we would want to do that, because that's what we're hearing from our society all the time. We also love diets because we love this idea of a secret trick or a magical cure that's going to change everything and solve all of our problems. If you look at any diet out there, it's going to have some sort of promise attached to it. A lot of times it's weight loss, sometimes it's something else, but it's always going to have something. And a lot of times it will start to wrap in other things that it promises as well. So things like you're going to be a better parent or a better friend, or that you are going to be happier, or all of your problems are going to go away. You're going to be better at your job. You're going to be more successful in your life. You'll start to see all of these really broad, sweeping things, either explicitly stated or just kind of hinted at and suggested based on the marketing and the advertising. And the truth is, there isn't a magic wand that you can wave that is going to make all of your problems go away. And it certainly isn't a diet, because diets bring on a lot of problems. But the idea of that one thing that we could do that could change everything and make everything better is really appealing and alluring, so it draws us in and brings us back to dieting. Another thing that plays a big role in all of this is that diets are social, and we are social creatures, and we crave human connections and community. So with any diet you're doing, it's most likely not something you just made up in your head. It came from somewhere, some guru or some plan or some program, something like that. And with that comes a community. Other people who are on the same diet as you are. These might be people you're connecting with online. This might be people in real life that you know personally, or that you meet along the way through doing the diet. But that is something that can keep you coming back to diets and can really incentivize that behavior, because we do all want to have relationships and be in relationship with other people. And so when you have this community of people who are doing the same diet as you, you know, they're speaking your language, they're having a similar experience, and you can relate to each other because you're going through this thing at the same time, that can be really, really powerful. Also, outside of, you know, being in a specific diet community, there's also just the broader social aspects of dieting. Everyone seems to be on a diet. They're always talking about diets because it is so socially acceptable and even encouraged. It becomes such a part of everyday conversations. A big thing that people talk about is what diet they're on and what foods they are eating or aren't eating, or what the rules are of this plan or that plan and how it's going for them. And that's just something that people think is normal and is a big part of our conversations. And when you're not aware of it, you might not realize how often diet talk comes up, but it really is all around us all the time, just in everyday interactions. And if you want to learn more about dealing with diet talk, I did make a video about that recently, so I'll link that for you if you haven't seen that one. But diet talk is really everywhere, and so then you have that social aspect of being able to do the diet talk with other people kind of benefits you, because we do strive to be in community with others, and everyone else is doing it, so I guess I should too. Another reason we love diets and keep coming back to them again and again is because we blame ourselves when the diet goes bad instead of blaming the diet. So we talked about earlier how the beginning of the diet is really exciting and then things start to fall apart. Well, usually what most people say is that was my fault. You know, I wasn't committed enough or focused, or I didn't have the willpower, the dedication, or, you know, I just wasn't willing to do what it took. Instead of thinking, oh, maybe the diet is the problem, which is the case. The diet is the problem. Diets are the problem, but we keep going back to them thinking that we're the problem, and that if we can find the right diet, or if we can just really commit, or, you know, make the decision to make a change and stop being weak or something like that, then that's what is going to make the diet successful. And this is worked into the way diets are marketed to us a lot of time. A lot of it's about, you know, are you going to make the change, or are you going to make this decision to do things differently, and it's all put on you, rather than thinking, hey, maybe this dieting thing is really the problem and the thing that we need to get away from, not keep going back to. But that's not what we do a lot of the time. We just think that we're the problem, the diet's the solution, and that brings us back to the diet time after time. And I think knowing all of this is really important because it helps us to recognize it in ourselves if it starts happening. You know, if we start getting excited about the prospect of a diet, or if we start thinking, well, that other diet failed because it was all on me, or if we start thinking, well, all my other friends are doing this diet and I want to hang out with them and, you know, be a part of that, so I need to do that too, or any of the other things I've talked about. You know, if you are aware that that is a thing, then you can see it when it happens and say, oh, no, that's not helpful, that's not accurate, I don't want to be doing diets, and you can kind of nip it in the bud because you can see that thought process happening and realize that it's not accurate, or that it's not helpful, or if it's going to send you down that dieting path where you don't want to be. So I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any other thoughts about this sort of thing. And if you are new here and you want more healthy eating tips and nutrition info and videos like this one, then make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I want to show you how to do it. And if you want to watch some more videos, I have a couple linked over here that you might like. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.